Did that work? Oh, it did! Now I have to check my phone to see if it did. Okay, it does work, in fact. That is great to know. Well, glad to know that that works. I can get the stream started now. I would wait for more people to join, but I don't. It's really early in the morning. I don't think anyone's gonna join anyway. I'll just let my Discord go live. I should make a poll for whose route I should go. Well, I know that Zooble is one, because I've done Zooble's route. Come on, wait, I want to search this up. How many records I get? Zooble and Jax. Wait, Google something's weird. Okay. I'll leave it at that then. We'll just leave it there for 1 hour. There are several people online. It'll be fine. I'll allow multiple answers. Post. Now we wait. That was quick. I think I've done Zooble's route before, but I think there was stuff I missed. I don't know. I'm not sure. so bad they want to know who who it was. But I shall not reveal that. So cute, so cute. I probably should move my model so people can see the gameplay better. I don't know. I'm blocking a lot, actually. Hold on. I'm gonna shrink myself and everything else. Get on for my acting class. Get on my head. Get on my head. Get on my head. Ba, 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 ba. I don't know if Zera or Insect are gonna join, but if they are to join, I think I want their avatars lower on the screen instead of all the way up there, so that they're blocking less, unlike they usually do. I don't know if Insect will work, because I don't know if they're overlapping or not. And then Lost is over here in the corner. We're gonna shrink you too. That's great. And then I don't know if anyone else is joining live, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh dang. Anyway. Oh, jump scare. Wait, what was this even about? Oh yeah. I really gotta make the rest of these because I haven't finished them yet. Into the bag you go! The bag has a lot more bracelets in it now. I should post more bracelets. Only one vote. Only one vote. Sigh, I cry, I cry, I cry. Sorry, y'all. Bro. So I did Zubal's route previously, and then I tried to do Gangle's route the same day, but I got really tired and decided not to the same day, but yeah. So far it's looking like I'm gonna do Zubal again. Which, honestly, the Zubal route was kind of... how do I say that? The Zubal route was... How do I say that? Wait, what did, like, other YouTubers... That scene. Yeah. the Zoogle route, I think. Wait, I can just do live. Is there none? Oh, y'all. Oh, y'all. What in the world? I don't want to stop this madness. Stop this madness. Leave me alone. Well, I'm clicking off that. I just got told that nothing goes wrong if we do end up doing Zoogle's route. I really don't want to end up doing Zoogle's route. I don't know what the other routes are gonna look like, but I surely don't think I don't know if I should be doing Zoogle's route on a stream or not. Okay, I mean, I've seen people live streaming worse, so... yeah. Anyway. Bro. What do I even do in the meantime? Didn't I used to have Minesweeper on my screen? Wait, don't I have Minesweeper? Minesweeper. Minesweeper? Oh, what? So I could play that in the meantime. I have that? Or I could do that. I actually kind of want to do that. Minesweeper. Those aren't important. When did I install that? I don't know, I'm gonna do this for now. Because I don't have anything to do in the meantime while I wait for people to vote. What? Oh my god, I hate the noises that make. Stop this. There we go. That's better. I finished all of those. Actually, wait. I think my goal was to get a star on every one of these. Yeah. And I have a star on every one of these except for this little guy. Oh gosh. This is just what I'm going for, okay? This is just my guess. Maybe... huh. I gotta think that through. That is not looking good. Oh my god. What is this level, bro? I'm gonna restart that, because what in the world? I think maybe, this is just a guess. Don't come at me for this. What? Well, okay. That would go there, I would assume, and then maybe this goes like that. And then... no. Okay, let's just do some guessing real quick. I don't want to do that. Thank you. This is what I'm worried about. thinking has to happen is like leave that there for now. No, but then that's kind of... Oh my god, there's so many different ways that could go. Focus on the red. It could do like that, or it could be like that. But I'm thinking it's something super obnoxious. No honor, thank you. Then that blocks off everything from there. What? Move that for now. Oh, I get it now. 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 Okay. So that is like that. I get this now. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But the moves are not right. So I have to read this. Stop this. Like that, and then there we go. Next level. Then go out of there. Is everything a star? Everything is a star, which means I can move on to the bonus. But let's see if the Discord. Nope. Okay, I love that so much. Oh my god, my side hurts. Alrighty then. Oh my god, this is... sobbing. Sobbing. I would assume... Greta. Sobbing. I really need to post on my Tumblr account. I made it recently. And like I put my bio in and everything. Oh, hi! Hi. Hello. Wait, I'm confused. Maybe. Yeah. Bro. Vote faster. Vote faster. There's only one vote. Why was that one so simple? Oh, Sad is there. Okay. Kind of just guessing here. Yeah. Why was I doubting myself? What? The music is so silly. Yeah, it's the music for the game. Just my Discord won't vote faster. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, now I gotta restart that because I didn't get that perfect. So. That is not. There we go. Next level. Well, that one's kind of obvious. I remember installing this. I'm afraid of what? The nighttime. I don't know about you, but it is morning where I'm at. Yeah, I remember installing this game because I was like, I wasn't very great at playing Forsaken as like a fighter or anyone, so I was like, hey, I might as well get better at doing machines or whatever. And I so badly want to sing that, but I would get copyrighted. But I had installed it because I was like, oh, I'm not the greatest at this game, so I may as well just do the machines and not worry about the killers or like trying to fight people, blah 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 blah, or anything like that. So I had installed this to get better at the game, and now I kind of just play it randomly out of nowhere. How many levels did I even do with this? Oh my god, there's so much more. Bro, vote fast. Ugh. You know what? I go to sleep listening to music. I used to go to sleep listening to music, but I don't anymore because it kind of keeps me up now. Calm music like this. Yeah, I typically don't tend to listen to calming music. I like overstimulating music, but yeah. Or rain noises. I can't go to sleep while it's raining. I don't know why. Other people find it comforting. I can't. I don't know why. I don't know. For now, while I wait for my Discord to actually vote for something other than just one single person voting and nobody else voting, I go with whatever I want. I'm just gonna choose whatever answers I feel like I would pick. Should I voice this? Voice this? Should I voice over this? Oh my god, my stream gets so laggy. Hold on. I should close out of some of these tabs. I don't think that's gonna help, but okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, I will. Okay, chill. Oh my god. I can't do male voices. Welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator. A slice of life-size school setting where anything and everything is possible. And I'll be your friend for the duration of your stay here at the amazing digital academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher. Straight A student or a rule-breaking delinquent. Oh my god. I'm gonna redo that line because that was not good. Become a straight A student or a rule-break. Holy, why can't I do? Become a straight A student or a rule-breaking delinquent. There we go. While possibly finding love along the way. My throat is gonna hurt after this. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First thing, what uniform will you be donning? Y'all. This one's cutesy, and I like it, but I don't want to be seen as a petite girl. We're going. Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you? Should I do Rat or should I do Leo? Or should I type in my entire username, the Rat uniform? Or I could go what I usually like put, or used to put. I usually put Rika. Do you want me to go back and choose the other one? Okay, I'll go back. Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you? And then you said Rat, so I'll do Rat. Type out my entire username. rat underscore in your walls? Huh? Oh my god, why did I sound like AI? The rat underscore in your walls? Huh? Are you sure you like that name? Yup, that's my name. Alrighty then, the rat underscore in your walls. Let's head inside. I forgot to say then. My name is the rat underscore in your walls. I'm a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a big tragic event that happened in the course of our lives. After I said goodbye to my old friends, my parents got transcripts and packed up the car. Today's my first day at this new school. I don't know why I voiced like that. Anyway, I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger. So, where's the teacher? As I stepped into the room to in any other students that might be late to class, someone else hopped into the room. He looks like a white pea from a gaming set. Specifically, he looks like a king in chess. It takes me two together, but when I do, I almost grunt at the pun. Surely his name can't be... Hello, my name is Kinger. You must be pleased to meet me. Mr. Kinger extends his hand, which I shake more out of instinct than a genuine sense of excitement. You sound like Smokey Bean or Jelly Bean. I think Jelly Bean streamed this game not too long ago, like maybe 11 hours ago. I only saw that after I had decided I wanted to stream this, though. Oh yeah. Good morning, students. On the docket today, we have a new student named... what's your name again? I kind of want to do this one. I'm the rat underscore in your walls, and I'm always down for a good time. That one. Rightio. Go on and take any open seat at the rat underscore in your walls. Most of our students don't. The other students are purple. What? One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. I take a moment to think of who to sit by. So, last time I played this, I could guess. This is Pomni. This is Gangle. This is Zooble. This is Ragatha. This is Jax. And Kinger, obviously. Last time I did Zooble, but I kind of want to sit next to Gangle. But I also want to sit next... No, I'm going to do Gangle. We're going to do Gangle. Next to the shy-looking girl with a comedy mask and a ribbon body. But even as I sit down and look at my new desk... Neighbor... Oh my god. But even if... Pause. I found frogs, baby ones like tadpoles outside in my backyard. Cool! But even as I sit down and look at my new desk neighbor, she doesn't seem to have noticed me. Instead, she's drawing something in her sketchbook. I'm not used to being ignored like... Instead, she's drawing something in her sketchbook. I'm not used to being ignored like this, so I lean over to see what she's drawing. Once she notices me, she flinches away, blushing furiously. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. You're the new student, right? The rat underscore in your walls? I'm Gangle. She seems really timid. I'm not sure there's anything I could do that would make her feel at ease. I love how my name goes outside of the box. Nice to meet you, Gangle. What are you working on? I played this and I picked Gangle and then Jax. The first time I played this and the only time I played this, I picked Zooble, and the route was, interesting. Oh, these? Gangle seems surprised by the question, but doesn't shy away from responding. Well, sometimes I just like to sketch. They're not really good or anything. That's cool. So Gangle offers me a sheepish smile. Sheepish smile. That's right. I guess you could call me an artist. She seeming to reveal in that statement before timidly correcting herself. I mostly just sketch stuff. Nothing crazy. I also did Agatha. Right as I catch a glimpse of her happy demeanor, she retreats back into her own shine. I'm my mouth to ask her oh my god. I'm about to open my mouth to ask her skittishness when the abstract figure near me speaks up. Gangle's just being modest. I'm a really good artist and the star of our school's art club. Gangle, giving another one of the shy smiles that seems to be her trademark. The blush and smile are kind of cute on her. That was fun until my phone glitched out. Oh, nice!
Oh, thanks. I think your art is really good too, Zooble.
So that is what their name is. Gangle seems confident talking to Zooble. They must have a history. So you're both artists? Zooble shrugs. I do, oh my god. I do a little bit when I have time. I don't do it as often as Gangle though. Huh? Can I see your art? I can see Gangle's. Cause I did Zooble last time, so we're gonna do Zooble. Ask Gangle to see her art first.
Oh, well, maybe,
She ruffles her papers, taking a few moments to look for one she deems good enough to show. She timidly hands me the sketch. An anime-style sketch complete with big eyes, small mouth, and a big head. Further inspection, it kind of looks familiar. Gangle interrupts thoughts.
it's kind of a rough sketch. Please don't look too close.
Says the latter phrase under her breath. Jax's trans and I have been freaking out since I found out. I know! She says the latter phrase under her breath. I'm not sure if she intends for me to hear her or not. This is impressive, Gangle. Gangle smiles and blushes, timidly taking back her sketch and giggling.
Thank you. That's really nice of you to say.
There's a lingering warmth in her tone and smile as she goes back to sketching. I feel like I'm getting along well with Gangle despite her weakness. I try to pay attention to Kinger's lecture, but I can't help but steal an occasional glance at Gangle's sketchbook. When class is getting ready to end, I feel one of her ribbons gently tap my shoulder.
Me and Zooble usually just sit outside in the courtyard during lunch. You could join us.
Or not should. I can't deny the offer is very tempting. If I don't know if I should still shit myself with them. Typically, I haven't learned most of those definitions yet for all of that stuff. I need to learn. I was just settling into my desk and getting used to the place when something burst into the room. Principal Kinger! Principal Kinger! Oh my god, I saw Kinger and I was like, Principal Kinger! Principal Kane! How exciting to have you in our class today. Why did I seem like a country? I don't know, man. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to school. Kinger, class, how do you do? Extends a hand, gesturing to all of us before freezing the place. With a sound like porcelain grinding against porcelain teeth what? With a sound like porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slam shut. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth, like they're not solid objects. The rat in your walls? I wasn't expecting you to be here. There's not even to be here in that sentence. The rat in your walls? Wasn't expecting you here. Manic enthusiasm softens his voice as he points his cane at me. Ingredients to make this school interesting. He pauses a moment, rubbing at the base of his chin, in contemplation for a moment. Is there a reason you're here, Kane? Zooble speaks like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal. Kane perks up. That's right. The reason I'm here. That's right. The reason I'm here. To make sure we all have an enriching academic experience, one filled with fun, danger, adventure, He more and more descriptions, increasing his breakneck speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. And most of all, interesting to our studio audience. He turns toward the window and stares out of it for a moment. Passing somebody, there doesn't appear to be anyone else. However, the numbers are in. Students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normal time I tell you that means the end of school life as we know it. Kane is in mock class and Kinger play along, gasping at his religion. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears. Thank you? I don't watch Gravity Falls, I'm so sorry. But yeah. However, my sweet tooth students, your whatever that word is, principal has found a way to bring public interest back into the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp tooth bubble next to him piped. Bring the interest back into the school, Mr. President. Kate hits the bubble a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later. You see, my Tumor Emeralds, what is one thing no academy around here has ever had? A cast of no, wrong voice. Okay, wait, I gotta... A cast of colorful characters. A competent principal.
Acquitted funding?
Kane shakes his head. Wrong, and surprisingly right, but not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a culture festival celebrating the unique talents of students. So I, being your oh my god, that word again, principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. What? Ashy, we gotta keep the interest of our investors after all. Hey guys, I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. Alright, Kinger, I'll leave you the list of everyone's responsibilities. You have 5 days. Break a week or two. As abruptly, Kane darts out of the room, disappearing from view as he heads back to his appointment. Do you have dyslexia or just a reading impairment? I have no clue. I don't think I have dyslexia because I can tell what the word says. I just stutter a lot and tend to. Some words I don't know how to pronounce though, like whatever the hell that one was. I don't believe I had dyslexia. It's just like my brain doesn't process the word and understand how to pronounce it sometimes. But yeah, anyway. Well, let's see what roles Kane assigned to each of you for the culture festival. Kinger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read up on. Ragatha, as representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues. You can count on me. Zool, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here. We need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival. Why did I make this into that? I have a bit of dyslexia. Yeah, I haven't been diagnosed, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. I still don't have everything I'm comfortable I think I read that as everything. Sorry. I don't know. I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing anywhere. Omni and Jax, look up what a culture festival. Shouldn't we do that before we start making? That's too high pitched. Wait, shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? No. Oh, I like his idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. If it's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. Jax! Oh my god, that was holy voice crack. That was ooh.
We're gonna ignore that. Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thought, pleading with him to stay quiet. The class erupts in chaos as Zoo and Gangle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to figure out what a culture festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class and get her classmates to pay attention. For his part, Kinger seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lesson planned and is just waiting out the lunch bell. As if I had... Another thing is if I read for a long amount of time, it gets harder for me to read. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and flies out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria with unfamiliar faces around me. There was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I picked up something to eat at the nearest food place as I set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scan the whistling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from the class. So this is obviously going to take me to Zooble and Gangle. I would assume this takes me back to Kinger. And then, I don't know about that one. I kind of want to sit alone. But I don't want to make Zooble and Gangle sad, so we're going to go with Gangle. Actually, you know what I could do? I could pick this and then see what happens. And then I can go back if I don't like the choice I made. I found a seat at an empty table and set my food down there. Apparently today was pork cutlet, but back when I got to the front of the line, all of the pork cutlets had already been taken by the other students. I ended up just getting a slice of stale pizza and chocolate milk. That sounds disgusting. Like, together? This is just old school. I said, just old school. When the lunch bell rings, I step out of the lunchroom and head to the afternoon classes. They're uneventful. No, okay, we're gonna go back into Gangle and Zooble. Pick up a garden salad from the cafeteria and stride out into the courtyard. There are half a dozen tables out there. They're mostly empty. It's easy to find Gangle and Zooble. Gangle gives me a big with one of her ribbon arms, her comedy mask showing an expression of cautious excitement. Zooble lifts up their claw hand in a friendly wave as well. Hi guys, thanks for the... I don't know how to do their voices at the same time. No problem. No problem. No, the Gangle one wasn't. No problem. No problem. Okay, whatever, I don't care. Either that, or they've just been friends for a long time. So, the rat underscore near walls. How are you liking our school so far? Well, it's pretty different from my old school. I start, Zooble and Gangle waiting on my next words. Be a rat, or be a that makes me just be abstracted. Abstracted? What? What? I'm confused. Anyway. But I think I'm starting to like it here. Gangle smiles, putting the tips of her ribbon hands together with a gentle brush. Brush or blush? Blush, okay. I like it here too. I'm really excited for the culture festival. We pass the time in relative silence as we eat our lunches. Zooble is the first to break the silence, pointing out my meal. Are you vegan or something? Oh, this? I gestured to myself. Really, I just grabbed something that looked good before heading out to meet you guys. I think it looks good. Zooble shrugged. I like to bring food I cook myself. I can't stand what Kane stocks the cafeteria with. Gangle has a gentle smile on her face as she pokes a bit of shrimp tempura with her chopstick. How she manages to use chopsticks when both of her hands are the tips of... What are these? Tongue twisters. Tongue twisters. How she manages to use chopsticks when both of her hands are the tips of red ribbons is honestly very impressive. bad. There's a lot of traditional Japanese foods in the cafeteria I never got to eat. Blah. I never got to eat sushi when I was in high school. They go back and forth like this for a little while I stab at the remains of my salad. Huh? What are you LOLing about? What are you LOLing about? Anyway. A hush A hush falls over our table for a moment. So, are you gonna help me get art done for the culture festival after lunch? Zubul looks at Gangle pointedly. Honestly, I'm tired of talking about the culture festival. It's just another one to make us all come together and make him feel good about himself. Come on, Gangle. He's having Pomni look up what a culture festival is. He doesn't care about the culture festival at all. It's just something to make him all busy. I see why I should put in any more effort than Kane is, you know? There's a faint tinkle, like something delicate fracturing. And Gangle's smile falters. His lips start quivering, tears welling up at the sides of her mask. Oh my god. Monotone. Gangle, I didn't mean... You sound like my older cousin. Her name is Pepper. Cool. I don't know how to respond to that. Anyway. But their apology is too late. Gangle's comedy mask has broken and now lies on the table in front of us. 2 pieces. Gangle is sobbing loudly. They give me a meaningless look. Come on, the rat in your walls. You understood what I meant, right? I don't know what emojis to use. Man, my immediate, like, go-to emoji is, like, the face holding back tears one. Thank you, the rat underscore walls. Sighs, exhausted, but clearly regretting that they, upset Gangle. Gangle, I promise I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. Gangle manages to choke back enough tears to respond. I know that. I just want to have fun today and during the culture festival. Zubul leans over, putting a hand on Gangle's arm ribbon. And I'm sorry about being so rude about the culture fair. If you want to take this seriously, then I'll take it seriously too. I think the rat underscore in your walls is really excited about the culture festival, right? They give me a look that tells me it's time to speak. That's right. I stumble over my words, interjecting as much enthusiasm as I can muster. I culture festival and I'm really excited to work with both of you on preparations for it. Zubul gives me an appreciative nod as Gangle regains her composure. Her comedy is broken for now, but she offers us both a delicate smile. I can do Gangle's voice, her sad one. I can do sad voices, just like, not in the moment I can. It takes me like 3 tries. Thanks, you guys. Can you spend the rest of the day in the art studio working on posters? Actually, I have some afternoon classes. Zubul wraps their pincher-like hand around my arm. I forgot about that. You're coming with us. I sure am. I don't want the game to be good at art, but I wish it did because I feel like insulted. But anyway. I let Zubul lead me to the art studio as Gangle starts to smile again. Giddy at the prospect of spending a whole afternoon doing art for the culture festival. Gangle pulls open a closet at the back of the art studio, pulling out snacks of paper. Snacks! Oh my god! Stacks of paper before handing several pieces to me and Zubul, along with some boxes of colored pencils. He broke my mask again. Actually, wasn't it they broke my comedy mask again? He broke my comedy mask again. Since we're all... Apologies. Since we're all doing art for the culture festival, let's all draw some posters and then we can vote which ones will make the cut. I glance down and start to sweat. I haven't drawn any more complex than a stick figure since the 3rd grade. Yeah, see, it doesn't give you an option to be good at art. My mouse is just poking Zubul's eye. I glance over to Zubul's paper. They've already started drawing a bunch of unique designs, contrasting different colors against one another to produce something that looks like it belongs in a high-end art gallery. See you in a second. Was Bro, I have places to be today. My throat is gonna be so sore from this. You're lucky that I actually like my viewers and I want to interact with y'all more because I get so bored. Bored. But yeah, I need to find something that I can like do to interact with my viewers more, so then y'all can get to know me better. But like every time I do a Q&A, like people don't send me questions. They just I don't know, talk. And it's like, "Oh, hey, cool. I like that you guys are talking and stuff, but it's a Q&A." But anyways, I crane my neck to peer at Gangul's art. There's something familiar about the excited anime figure she's drawing, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Zubul sees me peering over at Gangul's work. Why don't you start working on your own poster? Cool. Sure. I try to scribble something resembling an excited student for my poster, but the proportions are all wrong. I try to draw the school, all I can draw is a rectangle with smaller rectangles for the window. When I add a little sun at the top left corner and try to draw the courtyard, the picture's complete. This definitely looks like what a toddler would bring home to his parents, something that would end up under a magnet on the fridge for years. Zubul leans over and gives a bemused chuckle. Seriously, dude? Yeah, I suck. I didn't say that. You may not be the best, but we all start somewhere. If you just pity yourself and call your art terrible, you're never true. Zubul's pretty wise. I go back to my art piece to add more to it, watching what Zubul and Gangul are doing and try to mimic their techniques. Time's up. Let's see everyone's art. We set all 3 of our pieces on the table in the middle of. We all take a moment to look at one another's art. Gangul has drawn an anime-style map having 2 flags with the school crest on them, jumping up and down saying, "Please visit the school culture fair." Series of geometric figures and tessellations into different colors, but when you look at it at the right angle, it spells out culture fair. My stutter is really bad. I have drawn a few stick figures, enthusiastically pointing at a box-shaped school with a few perspective and shading lines added, making it half perspective. It takes a moment for me to realize Google sobbing. Google. Sobbing. Anyway, it takes a moment moment for me to realize Gangle, not Google, Gangle, and Zooble are looking at me. Hold on, wait, I gotta... Y'all, only one person voted. Oh! Wait, I'm gonna unmute Tangerine. Sorry I didn't see your message. There we go. Anyway. It takes a moment for me to realize Gangle and Zooble are looking at me. Oh crap, they expect me to pick my favorite. Yeah, I know that. I don't know what to pick. I want to say that everyone did good. There's not an option for that, so that's great. I don't want to like boost my own ego though. Zooble. I'm a Zooble. Zooble blushed a bit, rubbed his arm before looking away. Well, I think we all did a good job. They except for the rat in your walls. Man, what did you do? Gangle? Nah, it's not Gangle no more. It's Google. Gangle. Gangle gibbles. Oh my god. Gangle giggles as Zooble points out my lackluster dog. I don't know. It's kind of cute because it looks like a 5-year-old through it. Swallow my pride and laugh with them. We laugh until the bell rings to disappear afternoon classes. Well, I hated today a lot less than I thought I would. They look at me, gratitude in their eyes. Thanks for hanging out with us, the rat underscore in your walls. Hey, before heading out, I should probably grab my things too. I walk to the locker, entering the combination as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to today's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. I gather my things and wait a little bit, but alas, no one approaches me. I didn't have a substantial enough impression of anyone today. Just like my old school. Well, there's always tomorrow. I head out of the school front doors, the brave and chill of the evening on my own. I sit on the curb waiting for my parents to come pick me up. I wait, and wait, and... It's starting to get dark and cold. A cold breeze brushes by, chilling me to the bone and filling my nose with the scent of stale cherry blossom. And where it smells like an old abandoned office. Must be my sinuses acting up on it. Something. The moon is high in the sky as I get up from my perch and begin to walk. As I make my way from the school entrance, I see a silhouette of someone in the trees. In the trees? Looks like someone was waiting for me. You're too short to be Ragatha, Gangle, Zooble, or Jax. Guys, is it Pomni? A suit? Guys. Is it Kane? And I don't remember Pomni wearing a suit like that. It's Kane! What voice did I use for him? Oh my god. Tweaking. Don't judge me. Ahoy there. Stop it! Lower. Lower. Ahoy there. That's too low. Ahoy there, the red walls. As I reach the tree line, their appearance becomes more clear. Principal Kane. Hey there, old sport. He extends a hand. I hesitantly take it. Hey, Principal. think I slept for like an hour. Anyway, I can't suppress a shiver. Pretty cold out here, huh? Is it? I hadn't noticed. Why do my He shrugs as if the weather is of no consequence. Looks like you had a first rough day there were at your walls. It's a shame too. Earlier in the intro, I really thought you'd seem to be excited to mingle. I give him a confused look. Talked earlier? Intro? What is he talking about? He looks away from me and taps his chin. Well, no matter. I guess we'll need to restart from square one, huh? He whips back around to face me, his expression bright. Square one? What? This is new. I have not had this happen before. Principal Kane reaches out and taps me with pain. I feel my memories begin to unravel. It's weirdly uncomfortable. First, memories become fuzzy, like I'm watching them on TV, but the TV has a really bad reception. My entire body starts tingling, like when you sleep on your arm weird and you wake up. You feel fuzzy and you can't move it, no matter how hard you try. All shades of color fade to a dull gray. Even my smell fades as I feel myself pulled into Principal Kane's cane. Oh my god, that's Principal Kane's cane. Why is it kind of giving retry now? Maybe next time, flex those socializing muscles a bit, eh? They were really able to hear him. It feels like I'm water. Hint, focus on spending time with at least one person. And maybe I'll say things that they would like to hear. Just some advice, but next time. Something. With the shake of his cane, the last of my consciousness dissolved. Y'all. Y'all. Well, what won on the poll? I think I can guess. Oh wow. Zooble. 1 vote! I love that. Well, I guess we're doing Zooble again. Because I've done Zooble's route before, just, yeah. Bro, it's not my fault. I'm gonna re-voice all of that, so I'm only gonna voice the new stuff that has been there. So we're gonna... No, I didn't want to click that. I wanted to click skip. No, skip. We did that one last time. I'll do one, I suppose. I'm just gonna shorten this rat. Okay. Game. And skip. That one, skip. Zooble. Cause bro, I literally just, you gotta be quicker than that. Hold up. Okay. And then Zooble. This is new stuff, so I can voice this. I sat down next to the interesting-looking student with mismatched limbs. Sighed. Not asking you your name or backstory if that's what Kane wants. I'm sorry? Heard what I said. After a week, Kane is gonna get bored of all of this and you won't even be here anymore. Did I do something to affect them? Why do you think I'm gonna be gone in just a week? Because that's just how things work around here. Kane comes up with some new student or adventure, everyone gets excited to know them, and Kane gets bored or they move away. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm telling you all of this. Nothing they say makes any sense. Still offended at like some sort of side act in a circus. Well, I didn't ask to be here. Something happened at old school and my parents had to move to the countryside. That's the only reason I'm here now. Glares back at me, but before we can start to argue, the girl in the colorful hat comes over to us. Omni! Hey guys, what's going on over here? She says, looking at us. Well, I point to Zoo. Just keep saying I'm gonna disappear in a week, then Principal Kane gets bored of me. Well, that's good. She waves her hands trying to defuse the situation. You know how Kane gets when we don't play along with Zooble. How Kane feels about my things are... How Kane feels about things isn't my problem. Illustrate... They kick their feet up on the desk in front of them. Pom shakes her head before extending a hand for me to shake. Well, anyways, welcome to our class, Rat. So funny. Sorry about Zooble. They just don't really like new people. Or can't. I nod. I can see that. Well, if you want, you can come sit by me instead. I'm sure Kinger wouldn't mind. Yeah. Cast a glance at Zooble, who is still ignoring me. The invitation is tempting. I think I'll stick it out with Zooble. Disappear like that. Suit yourself. Don't think this makes us friends or anything. But I find myself oddly unbothered by Zooble's cool demeanor. That's fair. I shrug. Reasons for feeling the way you do. That oddly seems to pierce their cool exterior. Huh? Well, yeah, I do. I feel like you just really like I feel like you really just dislike Principal Kane. Well, yeah, dislike is an understatement. They pause. He just comes up with new things and acts like we should be falling over ourselves. It's okay, you don't have to like me. Well, it's not that I don't like you. It's just that... Never mind. For what it's worth, I'm sorry that I was so harsh on you. Make it up to you, I usually eat lunch with Gangle in the courtyard. You can tag along if you want, you know, instead of sitting alone. Just as I'm about to respond, Zooble sees something in the corner of their eye. Leave Gangle alone, Jax. They say, running off. Oh, well. I'm gonna talk to them later. I know where to find them. Just settling on into my desk and getting used to this place with something burst into the room. Principal Kane, how exciting to have you in our class today. Bro, the voice I'm using does not fit Kinger. Holy. The new figure returns to address the new figure returned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. Kinger, class! How Principal Kane extends a hand, gesturing to all of us before freeing in place. Let me adjust my headphones. Give me a second. There we go. With the sound like porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slammed shut. Slowly extrude from his teeth, like they're not solid objects. Right. Wasn't expecting you here. Panic enthusiasm succumbs his voice as he points his cane at me. You'll be the secret ingredients to make this school interesting. He pauses for a moment, rubbing at the base of his chin in contemplation for a moment. Is there a reason you're here, Kane? Zooble addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal at the school. Kane perked. That's the reason I'm here. To make sure we all have an enriching academy experience, one filled with fun, adventure. He more and more descriptive, increasing his breakneck speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. Of all interesting to our studio audience. I've already read all of this beforehand, so I'm just gonna. And then we'll do the same one. I'm just trying to choose the answers that I did when I did the Zooble route. blah 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 blah. We did all this, and then go with the Zubul side, and then we did all that. Did that one, and then last time I think I ended up choosing. Whose did I end up choosing? I don't know. We're gonna go through Zubul's. Okay, yeah, we did Zubul's last time. Stop it! Stop this nonsense. Went far. Can I go all the way back? Back. Go back. Okay. They look at me, gratitude in their eyes. Thanks for hanging out with us. For heading out, I should probably go grab my things too. Walked to my locker. I sleep and stayed up all night yesterday and today, so I leave when you end live. Huh? Okay. I walked to my locker, entering the combination as if, okay, we did that. We did that. There we go. This is new for y'all. As I gather my things, a familiar figure walks up to me. Oh, hey Rat. You still here? I nod, clutching my books. Well, since you're still here, wanna walk back with me? Yeah, Zubul. That sounds nice. Cool. Their voice is completely nonplussed, but I can tell they're happy. Yes. Zubul and I make our way out the front doors of the school. I walked to the I found a comfortable seat on the sidewalk as I wait for my parents to pick me up. What are you doing? They gave me a weird look. For my parents to pick me up? Why? Zubul seems only focused on... Zubul seems only more confused by my answer. Rat, how old are you? I laugh. That's a weird question to ask. I begin to on my family and realize I somehow forgot how old I was. How did I forget how old I am? It's not important. How old are you? Zubul raises an eye at my response, but lets it slide. I'm 22. I'm completely bamboozled by Zubul's Why do they always put tongue twisters? I'm completely bamboozled by Zubul's respoozle. Bamboozled? I shake my head. While I'm probably an appropriate age to be picked up by parents, Zubul pinching where the bridge of their nose would be with her hand. I don't know if you didn't notice this, but there literally is no outside world. Just the school and the dorms. Dorms? Yeah, I mean, I still like Kane. At least he gave us individualized rooms. Just a little campus. Just a little off campus. Zubul pauses to make sure their next words aren't too complimentary toward Kane. Decent of them. They seem satisfied with their word choice. I was dropped off by them this morning. It feels as real as my name in my last school. Rat. They give me a look of pity. Seriously, I don't remember any concrete details about your life outside of the school. I try. All I get is a splitting headache. The harder I try, the worse the pain. I got nothing. Yeah. Something happens to our memory when we come to school. Let's get you to your room before it gets much colder. It's my wrist in their hand as they lead the dorms. I got my throat hurts. Alright, which room is yours? Each room has so much personality I can instantly tell who is probably staying in each. The red door is probably Pommy's. The door with the crisscross the caution tape could belong to Jax. And the ranch door reminds me of Ragatha for some reason. Also past a dark, sleek door with some bright geometric shapes. Your room? Yup. The response would hurt? Yeah. Clearly, Zubul is more interested in finding my room than making small talk now. Unlike all the other, it turns out to be an oak door. We know it's mine thanks to a brass nameplate with my name on it. Well, you want to check it out? Yeah, let's see what Kane cooked up for me. I pop open the door, looking inside expectantly. Boing. If I had to describe this room in one word, it would be inoffensive. Or boring. Painted a plain shade white. Mattress is gray with a thick duvet embroidered with the school emblem folded on top. 2 pillows sit on my bed. The desk paper, a set of blue and black pens, a handful of sharpened pencils, and a computer that looks like it was plucked out of an office in the 80s. My nose itches. Zubul pauses to find the appropriate words. Roomy? I turned to them for a moment before bursting into laughter. You can say that again. Can't hide my grin at Zubul for actually trying to be nice. It's the emptiest room I've ever seen in my life. Literally so it's fun. Zubul starts chuckling too. Yeah, I don't know who you did to off Kane, but he must have decided to give you the most boring room he could think of. We laugh at the sheer hilarity of my unfortunate room for a few minutes. Well, but if you give me a few minutes, I'll whip up something to make it less plain. Sounds like a plan. I guess I'll unpack my backpack and see if I can rearrange things to give my room more person. Good luck. Zubul starts as they leave my room. I close the door. There is much to work with, but I managed to arrange the pens in a neat little pyramid and start trying to sketch something to put on the wall. Minutes later, someone slides a paper under my door. I pick it up. Zubul has done a portrait in a neo-cubist style, incorporating various geometric shapes to make an interesting background to their self-portrait. I search around in my desk and manage to find a thumbtack. I pin it to my wall and remind myself to thank them for the art next time we talk. Spending the day with Zubul was actually pretty nice, despite our rocky start. I called my nose. I hope I can spend more time with them in the future. I lay down on my bed, defeated by the day. It doesn't take long for me to drift asleep. It doesn't feel like I was sleeping when the lights in my room flash on it, as if overridden by some remote console. The room to my dorm flies open as confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler. Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box character. Bounces from what sounds like the hallway. Ah, well, time to investigate. So cute. So cute. So cute. So cute. Kane, what the are you trying to pull this late at night? Ha ha ha! Zubul. Laugh is fast. As if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased with it. You're lucky I even let you get sleep. He out in harsh monotone before. Oh, monotone? Okay, wait, let me do that then. You're lucky I even let you get sleep. He harsh monotone before recovering his cheery demeanor. I'm here because with the culture fair bowling and new viewers, we're not hitting the numbers that the Academy needs us to. This is why I've secured us a sponsor. He stretches out the laugh using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his word. Without further ado, I introduce you to... A drum roll plays from somewhere in the background. Brad looks a little more awake, but the rest of us are still trying to shake off sleep to understand what exactly Principal Kane is talking about. The Wacky Watch! The vendors for Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience product. Oh my god, my throat hurts. But now we have the perfect setting, teen drama. But we're adults, I'm actually... Now, Gangle, I know this is not taken, which is why I've already taken the liberty of affixing a Wacky Watch to each of your wrists. Each glance down. To my shock, the watch is already on my wrist. Wrist. How do what in the and don't try removing them either. I'm gonna fix your wrists with this very special adhesive. If you try to remove them, let's say they'll be taking a piece of you with them. I can hear Gangle beginning to whine as panic sets in. So huh? So what country / state you live in? Because I don't know what country or something like that lives in a timeline of night is day. Night is day for you and day is night for us. What? It is currently 7:32 a.m. where I'm at. I can hear Gangle beginning to whine his panic at her wacky watch. How hard she tugs the wrist. The wrist watch stays affixed. Her gloves stretching like a rubber band as she pulls at the watch. Ragatha just looks down with a eye. Kane, I can't remove the arm with the wacky watch. What the The Vulcan ignores our complaints as he continues his mind. You, my turtle doves, in order to secure the funding, we need to make it to day 5 in the culture fair. I need you wearing the wacky watches at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I need all of you to do ad reads. But it is of paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your wacky watches. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see what you do with the culture fair. Bye. He stretches the syllable. His body folds in on itself an infinite number of times, disappearing from sight. Hold my throat. Well, I know it isn't ideal, but but at least we can all talk to each other now. Should make communicating about the culture fair easier. With the glass, Gangle's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face. Tears well up in her eyes. I don't want a wacky watch. That was the wrong voice for that. Wait. I don't want a wacky. No. That sounds too like, I don't know, man. I don't want a wacky watch. Seeing the situation unfold before her, Pomni piped up. Well, I think it could be useful. And look, Gangle, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw. Pomni goes over, lifting her wrist and pointing at the picture chat feature. That is kind of nice. Gangle sniffles. That's the right spirit, Pomni. Now let's all get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jack's door. What the heck? Why is there a watch I can't do Jax's voice, hold up. What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck to my arm? I sat in my room before Jax looks for someone to take his reservation on. I flick on my dorm light at the door. I check my wacky watch. I got a text from Zoom. Looks like they haven't updated their profile picture. I hate this thing. I know, I hate it too, but at least we can talk without being in the same room. Yeah, that is nice, I guess. Still late. Still though, it's pretty late. Wanna talk tomorrow? Yeah. I almost pull my covers, but my wacky watch lights up with a few more texts. And thanks for everything today, for sitting with me and humoring me, and for helping me smooth things over with Gangle, and for being cool when we made fun of you. You seem like a really cool person, and I hope you keep spending time with our club, even if you can't draw for. It appears that whatever censor Kane has applied to the school also works on our wacky watches. Well, I send Zubul an emoji before pulling up the covers and getting to sleep. As I drift to sleep in my bland and empty room, my thoughts drift to Zubul. The relationship was to a rocky start, but I'm glad I stuck with them. I hope we can spend more time with each other tomorrow. Oh my god, there's so much of this game I still need to play. Holy. I've been streaming for. No clue. I don't know. I'll do a little more, but then I think I might stop for today and I'll save it and then I'll come back later on. I feel like that's a fair deal because there's still a lot left of this. I yawn as I wake in my room. The clock on my wacky watch says it's morning. But the only way I can tell from the silver of sunlight peeking from under my door. I slide my school issued pajamas off in the closet. Perfectly pressed school uniforms are there with one little tag on the sleeve of the nearest one. I take a close look. Looks like Kane left me a note. Guys, I'm watching. Hi, Rat. This is Principal Kane. As a part of your stay at your lovely academy, you've been provided a set of uniforms, free of charge. The price of your job is also included in your tuition. Well, there's for taste, my young student. Zubal's the thorny one, but if anyone can get through to them, it's you. Zubal engaged in the culture fair. Well, I'd be one happy principal / AI companion. Uniform over my wacky watch. Take glance down. I have a text from Zubal. Wanna walk to school together? You ready, Rat? Zubal casts a glance around, looking a bit giddy. What's up? I normally walk to school with Gangle, but I guess she'll be fine around. Whatever the reason, Gangle walking to school really concerns Zubal. Oh my god. Wait for Gangle. I did the walking to school alone with Zubal, but I completely respect them wanting to make sure their friend feels included. Especially considering the way Jax acts sometimes around Gangle. We can go get Gangle too. You sure you're okay with that? Yeah, more the merrier. Thank you, Red. They give me a bit of nod as I can see this means a lot to Zubal as we make our way to Gangle's door. Zubal knocks on her door. Gangle quickly exits her room, waving to me. Hi, guys. Oh my god, too high-pitched. Holy. Hi, guys. No. Hi, guys. Thanks. No. Hi, guys. Thanks for waiting for me. Gangle is the image of contentment. A warm grin on her comedy mask as she walks over to me. Her head held high next to Zubal. Let's get going. I nod. We and head toward the school. There's a bite of early autumn chill in the air as we make our way to school. I hate how light these uniforms are. Gangle manages through chattering teeth. Zubal is visibly shivering, even if their uniform is a long sleeve. My eyes hurt and are closing. Oh dang. Even though their uniform is a long sleeve shirt and full pants, it's clear the fabric is thick enough. I can feel every breeze as well in my uniform. Just another way for Kane to torment us. Why can't we have fall uniforms? Zubal looks at me. Because nobody cared about fall uniforms and he didn't design any for us. After exchanging a look, we all race to the relative comfort of the school system's internal heating system. That's much better. Zubal nods. You guys ready to head to the dorm? They both nod. Good. We make our way to class, but before we step in, Zubal motions for Gangle to go inside, taking me to the side. So, really appreciate you letting me bring Gangle along on our walk. I know you probably didn't plan for that, and I only texted you about me, but it means a lot that you value my friends too. I know the kind of person if I tried to control who you'd walk to school. Still, it really does mean a lot to me. You're really cool, right? I feel my cheeks heat up at the compliment. Thank you. We should head in. I scratch my neck awkwardly. Zooble nods and agrees. I take my seat between Gangle and Zooble. To spend another day with the art group in this crazy school. I join Zooble and Gangle to get some much needed work done in the art room. Zooble is sitting right next to me. Their eyes are glued to the paper as I attempt to art. Anyway, I start with a few lines and just try drawing shapes. How's this gonna help with the art? Oh, wrong voice. How is that gonna help with the art festival? There's a mix of annoyance and curiosity in their voices as they lean over my shoulder. Zooble gives off this sort of, I don't know how to fully describe it. I guess I would call it a warm aura. Being around Zooble makes me feel a little happier and safer. Gangle orbits them like a moon. I just try spacing up my drawing a few thick lines connecting the various shapes. What the heck? Why are you drawing me? I glance down. Oops. As my pen drifted across the page, drawing a triangle, a couple of circles, a potato, a spindly leg, and a boot. I ended up drawing a half-complete portrait of the person sitting next to me. Sorry, I let my mind wander, and the first thing I thought of was you. We both blush as we make eye contact. Some sort of staring contest. Our faces inches apart. The air between us electric with some unspoken tension. I break first, turning away. Well, it's not bad, and I sort of like it. Oh, really? Reaches a hand over and picks up my drawing before sliding it into the backpack. Yeah, but I'm not a part of the culture festival. So for now, I'm taking this. So Gangle doesn't think you're not working on the culture festival. I know it would hurt your feelings if you weren't. It would hurt her feelings if you weren't focused. As excuses go, it's weak, but I'm not bold enough to brave the awkwardness of confronting them on the obvious line. Instead, I keep drawing. No matter how much art I try or how much I improve, I can't stop thinking of Zooble. When I draw them intentionally, it never comes out quite right. But when I don't try, when I let my mind drift, and I think about Zooble, I make a few half-decent drawings of them. I work on my portraits. I make sure to draw the occasional art in the support of the culture fair. Mostly big bubble letters saying culture fair. Drawings of sticker figures talking about how excited they are for the culture fair. I have to go back to one of my drawings that says I eventually go back to one of my drawings of Zooble adding a sign in their hand that says go to the culture fair. I finish my art stealing glances. They steal a glance at me as every once in a while too. Whenever our gazes accidentally meet, Zooble rolls their eyes and points back to my art. I don't have much of a stretch to say neither of us are really focused on the art right now. Bell dismissing class rings and Gangle stands up from the corner of the room. Okay guys, let's all show a few pieces of really proud of and see which ones we want to hang out for the culture fair. I riffle around my art, a lot more paper doing portraits of Zooble than I meant. Pick up the art of Zooble I signed, join the culture, and a few silly stick figure comics I drew of the importance of participating in school activities. Gangle is first to present her art, an assortment of cute anime characters excited for the culture fair. Zooble takes a second slot. Art is a series of different styles. Their impressionist and neo-cubist work is really cool. There's one with thick line. The more I read, the more I stutter. There's one with my headphones. There's one with thick lined inked. There's one with thick inked lines reading, "Join us for the Culture Festival," with dark flowers surrounding the river. That one is my favorite by far. In front of Gangle for my turn. My throat is dry. As I try to present my stick figure comics about the culture fair. Gangle wears a smile of delicate enthusiasm as she tries to come up with something positive to say. Gangle doesn't even try, alternating between laughing and pinching where their nose would be in mock annoyance. Rat, you should reply them by revealing my portrait of Zooble holding the sign. They're both stunned for a moment. That is a lot better than your other. Gangle applauds at my achievement. Zooble blushes and averts his gaze. Yeah, it's not good enough to put up. It beats your stick, I guess. No. Zooble, this is totally good enough. I can stop. Snatches the drawing from my hands, putting it to the board in the art room. Rat, it's clear to me that you have been holding out on us. Tomorrow I want to see at least 6 more this good. Gangle gives me a serious look. I nod with a gulp. Gangle then pauses and gives us both a look. Zooble, I almost forgot. Ragatha wants to walk with me today and talk about the art for the culture fair. I can join you today for the walk home. Maybe Rat. Is that okay with you, Zooble? Yeah, sure. There's an undertone of excitement in Zooble's voice. Zooble walks me home. Even though we've only spent a couple of days together, conversation comes with surprising ease. We begin to catch up on our lives outside of the school. So, Zooble, how'd you get so good at art? I used to be a tattoo artist before I came here. Wow, really? That's actually where my interest in art came from. I hang out with Gangle art club, kind of channel my times as an tattoo artist or draw something I remember doing for a client. You know, I always wanted to get a tattoo. Oh my god. My throat. Really? That's not actually super scary pain and needles, but Zooble just seems cool. It would be so cool that it would be lame to admit that. I wanted to get a tattoo of one of my favorite animes. Zooble starts at the mention of anime. Is anime not cool? Or, you know, something. Zooble notices the change in my demeanor. No, I can do a tattoo from an anime. I just sounded so exciting talking about getting an anime tattoo that you reminded me of Gangle. Gangle watches anime? No duh. That explains her manga-like art style. She's cooler than I thought. I don't have a tattoo gun though. Aw, that's too bad. I breathe a sigh of relief. I can still do a tattoo. Sort of. How do you do a tattoo without a tattoo gun? Mom actually gifted me a henna kit. I have no idea where she got it, but I could probably do something for you. I think of it. Do you still have to use a needle? Nah, kind of dyeing your skin. I can just prepare the paste and wait a few hours and then draw a tattoo. That sounds like the best of both worlds. I nod eagerly. It would be really cool to have some of your art forever. Zooble turned away from me. Well, you know, henna tattoos only last like 3 weeks tops. But I can think of something to do. But again, as Zooble recovers their cool, turning back to me, nodding approvingly. Yeah, I'll definitely come up with something. The dye takes a while to prepare though, so you'll probably have to prepare it one morning and then keep you after school tattoo. I shrug. Sounds fine to me. Zooble nods as we reach the dorms. I don't want things to end just now though. Hey Zooble. What's up? Do you want to... Why is my mouth so dry? Do you want to, keep hanging out? Zooble pauses a moment before nothing. Yeah, I didn't have any plans after school. Let's just hang out. Yes. Cool. I'll drop my stuff up. I'll drop my stuff off in my room and meet you in the lounge. Yep. I sprint to drop my backpack and English textbook off in my room before heading to the lounge. Zubul arrives a few moments later. I sit on the couch and I sit on the couch and Zubul comes over and sits next to me. We sit there awkward for a moment. I realized I wanted to keep hanging out with Zubul, but I didn't really have any idea of what to do. After a few seconds, Zubul breaks the silence. So, Rat, did you have anything you wanted to talk about? They trail off. I whack my brain just to think of something. Cold weather we're having? Zubul snorts. I guess so. Anything else you wanted to talk about? I'm trying to think of things to bring up, but everything I think of seems lame. I can't think of anything. My cheeks burn red with embarrassment. I wanted to hang out with Zubul, but now whether I can actually think of anything that seems worthy of their time. Well, if you don't have any ideas, maybe I can show you where I like to hang out. Yes! That comes out a little louder than I meant. I mean, that's cool. Zubul before going over to a small broom closet and opening it. My head in confusion. Maybe the new cool trend is hanging out in broom closets? I almost from where they kneel down and push open a false door from behind some cleaning supplies. They lead me down a spiral staircase that goes underneath the lounge. The spiral staircase leads into a room with antique furniture, a countertop, and an assortment of liquors. This is welcome to the speakeasy. Antique lighting fixtures hang from the ceiling. In the back corner is even a pool table and a dartboard. I opt to take a seat at the counter. Zubul sits behind the counter without further. After I worked as a tattoo artist, I started working as a bartender. They're full of surprises. This place is so cool. I'm surprised people lets us have a bar. Zubul shrugs. I don't think it's supposed to be here. Basically, only I know about this place. Well, I guess now basically just you and me. My god, my throat. I feel honored to share the secret with Zubul. Thanks for showing me the place. No problem. I meant for this to be a different adventure. He got confused or forgot where he placed it, so now we just have a secret bar underneath the lounge. I'm not sure what they mean by a different adventure, but I try not to question too much. So, can you make me a drink? I can make any drink. For a drink my uncle, it's called a corn cob blitz, and involved in some sort of yellow liquor served with a corn cob. And then I think of something better. Just have a cosmopolitan. Sure thing. In time, Zubul has prepared my requested drink and set it down for me. Here goes. I down the drink. It goes down smooth. Zubul really knows what they're doing behind the counter. So, how about you, mysterious new kid? What's your story? Oh, you know, I come from a humble apartment in the inner city with two parents who worked full-time to support us. That's when the cosmopolitan hits me all at once. They always had these big plans for me. So yeah. Zubul leans forward. Since I was little, they always put me in extracurricular lessons and found camps for me to go to in the summer. Zubul nods. Another drink. Yeah, the cosmopolitan mixes up one for me in record time. It's kind of exhausting. I was always either studying for school or taking lessons or something. It felt like they didn't even want me home sometimes. Zubul nods sympathetically. Saying I was meant for great things. I got my throat. Wait, I might go get some water. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some water. I will be right back. Pause. came back. Though I have to figure out how to look at chat again now, because my phone just turned off. Because it's dead. Huh. Is my iPad charged at all? It is not. I don't think. Bro. Both of my devices are plugged in, but they're not charging. I love that so much. Well, that's great. I love that so much. Charge phone, please. And it's not gonna charge. I love that so much. I love that so much. It's charging now. I'm not able to see chat though currently. Well, I just have to hope that. Yeah. Anyways. My mom was always saying I was meant for great things, and I just had to keep trying out different things until I found out what that was. Sounds stressful. You don't even know half of it. Another drink. And not again. Keep the Cosmos coming. Zubul mixes me another one and hands it to me. Lessons paid off though. I got really good at piano. Piano? Zubul looks surprised at my question. Yep. Classically trained. What's wrong with piano? Nothing, but my parents wouldn't let up once they found out about it. Every day school was lessons. Tutors, practicing compositions, and when it was recitals, competitions. I actually enjoyed playing the piano, but they made it my whole life. Zubul shakes their head. That sounds unbearable. Sounds like your passion was turned into a chore. Exactly. You're the only one I've told about it. 3 cosmopolitans into the night and my vision booming. Ooh, well, I'm glad you're comfortable enough to tell me. I hiccup. You're so cool. I wish I was like you. I always feel so silly around you. What are you saying, Rat? They don't quite meet my gaze. Every time I say gaze, I think of gaze, queer. I don't know. I just always get this and my mouth gets all dry. I can't think of cool things to say when I'm near. I pause for a moment. Is that weird? The blush on their face is apparent, even in my drunken stupor. I guess not. Rat, why are you acting so weird? Weird? Oh, I am a bit hurt by being weird. It's drunk. This part is so embarrassing, bro. Rat, there's no alcohol in the drinks I've been serving you. What? He's a weirdo, but even he knows that he shouldn't have alcohol in school grounds. This is like a rec room with a bar aesthetic. It's not a real bar. Now it's my turn to be embarrassed as my sobriety comes back rushing to me. What was I even saying? Zubul, that they make me feel, well, the way that they make me feel. Zubul, I'm sorry. I looked down at my wacky watch. Would you look at the time? Oh god, I forgot to do my homework. Rat, wait. But their plea falls on deafened ears. The stairs by the time I hear them, and on a route directly back to my room. When I do get to my room, I notice a few unread messages I have from you. So, hey, I didn't mean to call you weird. I was just, nervous. I thought you knew that the drinks I was serving you didn't have alcohol in them, but I'm sorry for not telling you. I'm sorry. Oh, thank God. I wait a bit, thinking of my response. I'm sorry, Zubul. I'm so you can forget what I was thinking. I think I was just feeling sort of confused and weird. Oh my gosh, my throat hurt. There's a moment but respond. I didn't hate the things you were saying. remember what that means. Anyway, my heart starts beating in double. Oh, good, good. There's the pop. Anyways, you were right. It's getting late. I'm gonna go get. Do you still want to walk to school together tomorrow? Maybe you can tell me more about your piano playing. I can't continue with hidden from view so nobody can see me kicking my feet in the air like a lovesick squirrel. Yeah, I'd like. I roll over into a fitful sleep, too excited about what tomorrow might hold to get any rest. I might end it here because I think that I had said I was gonna do like a couple of the days and then I was gonna end the stream and resume later on. I've been streaming for like 2 hours, as you can tell. But yeah, anyway, goodbye, you all. Bye byes, bye byes. I bye bye. I rat.